been thinking lately about the choices I made in my life to end up where I am today. And I guess this is kind of the opposite of the ASMR video I recorded last week. Seeing all the garbage strewn about. So, as you may have known if you watched some of my other videos, I always wanted to get into policing. And so I went to school for it, did some security, joined the military, did a whole bunch of things to be the most competitive candidate I could. I've had interviews with agencies in the past here in Canada, and they say, you know, maybe a little more volunteer experience, but otherwise you're the wrong demographic. I think about what options I have and what I've had to do to support my family, right? Taking whatever job I could get since 2020, when immigration really ramped up and wages have been suppressed. It's been hard to find any kind of work, even entry-level stuff. Impossible to find housing that I could afford, and you know, all that good stuff. And so I've been stuck in these menial roles that are beneath me. And I was just thinking today, I've been ruminating on it. My wife is American. Even if I were to apply for my green card, the soonest I could be a cop in the States would be when I'm in my mid-30s. Mid to late 30s, depending on how long it takes for me to get the green card. Depending on the state, I've looked into it. Different states have different requirements. I know West Virginia has no requirement for a police officer to be a US citizen. And not that I would ever want to join the FBI, for example, right? But I'm fairly certain they wouldn't hire me at 35 plus. And so I just think a lot about how being in Canada has ruined my life. Has ruined my chances of a future providing for my family here. The more I think about it, the more it just seems hopeless. And I've started my own business, which has had moderate success. But even then, it's like a nice supplement to my income, but I'm nowhere close to be able to afford a house. I tried to re-enlist back in the military, but when I told them that I never got the COVID jab, they ghosted me. I got every other vaccination that was in the military. I was a pincushion, getting yellow fever and all this kind of stuff at once, and I didn't have a problem with that. It's what I was told I had to do. I found out that wasn't the reality of the situation, but you know, we'll go with it. So thinking about how few my options are here, and even to make a move to the United States, there's just so many hurdles involved. I'm going to be visiting my US in-laws this winter season, and it's just embarrassing trying to tell them that I've been applying for all these jobs. I got pretty far with some franchises here, 8+ months, multiple interviews, and in the end they say, oh, we found someone more competitive. I feel like a failure because this kind of labor-intensive position is all I can get. It's the best that I have available to me. So, you know, it's stuff you think, even for the city, right? There's no employment opportunities for me, for people who look like me. You know, I think about my brother-in-law, who does not have a fancy job whatsoever. He's been offered promotions to supervisor, make more money and all this stuff, and he doesn't want to do it. He's fine in the entry-level role that he has, and yet he makes enough money to support well, himself, his girlfriend. It pays for the roof over his head. He has his own house that he rents. It'd be impossible to have that here unless you have like 6 other roommates and people are living on the floor. All this stuff. I try telling people that, and they just think I'm making up excuses. They just think that I'm not trying hard enough. My own parents think that I don't try hard enough, and I don't know what to say. I talk to friends and coworkers, and they're all stuck barely treading water. And I don't know how this is going to continue. I don't know how the system's going to hold when everyone I know is living off their credit cards. Everyone I know is drowning in debt. Yeah, anyway. Don't want to go on too much longer today. It's just, the struggle is real, and I think about my brother who finished university recently, and he's trying to pad up his resume with actual work, actual jobs, and there's nothing for him.